very requested tutorial will be sushi for beginners. The rice on the outside method to be more specific. Now this isn't a professional version, just a simple way to do it at home. To make sushi that tastes right, we need the rice to be right. I'm using this medium grain rice as it was the closest thing to sushi rice at the store near me, but if you can get Japanese short grain rice, it's even better. First, wash the rice. See how this package says I don't have to wash it? Well, lies! It's just not as good if you don't wash it. Just put 1 cup of rice in the pot and add water. The water turns milky from all the loose starches. Pour most of it away, then swish it around some. Add more water and you can see it's even milkier looking. Drain that too. Repeat these steps a few times until the water is pretty much clear, like this. Then drain the water as best you can. Then add 1 cup of water, and it's time to cook the rice. You can use a rice cooker, but if you're rice cookerless like I am, you can do it this way. Put the pot on the stove, cover, and wait for the water to boil. This took about 4 minutes for me, and you shouldn't peek like I did. But I couldn't help it. I always peek. Now turn the heat to low. Let that cook for about 25 minutes covered. In the meantime, you can prepare the seasoning. Sushi really just means seasoned rice, so this is a super important step. But all you need is rice vinegar, sugar or your favorite sweetener, and salt. In a glass, mix 1 teaspoon of salt, 1.5 tablespoons of sugar, and 2 to 3 tablespoons of rice vinegar and stir until it's all dissolved. This ratio is just what I prefer. You might want your rice to be a bit more salty, sour, or sweet, so play with the proportions and find out what you like best. When the rice is done, the grains will be all puffed up and there shouldn't be any water left in the pot. Fold in the vinegar mixture gently so we don't squish the rice. Now we let it cool. The thing about rice that many people don't know is that it can go bad if it's not cooled quickly enough. That's why I put it in a container like this and spread it out so it can cool more quickly. You can even put it in a cold water or ice bath. I usually just wait until it's no longer steaming and stick it in the freezer covered while I make the fillings. Today we're making vegan California rolls, just replacing the crab or pollock with veggie tofu. This deep fried tofu has little bitsies of veggies in it and it's pretty tasty on its own. It's also known as cute tofu, but be careful as not all brands are vegan. The rest of the ingredients are what you'll find in a regular California roll. Avocado slices, cucumber matchsticks. I also have some minced scallion greens for extra deliciousness. To roll your sushi, get a few things together. I have my bowl of cooled rice, a sushi rolling mat, the fillings, a bowl of water, and a towel. To stop the rice from sticking to the mat, I wrapped it in some plastic. If you prefer not to use plastic, you can use a sheet of parchment paper as a non-stick barrier. Grab a sheet of nori and fold it across the long side. Then it will be a cinch to tear into 2. Lay the nori with the textured side up. Wet your hands lightly and grab a handful of rice. Spread it on the nori gently. If the rice starts sticking, just wet your hands a little bit more. Just try to cover it evenly, but don't lay it on too thick. Even this might be a bit too thick. And just for fun, I'm sprinkling some sesame seeds on top. Now press the rice down firmly. You can use a spatula or just your damp hands. Now flip the nori over and it's time for filling. Lay the fillings evenly. About this much. Too much and it won't roll properly. Use the mat to roll the side closest to you over the fillings and tucking into the other side. Squeeze gently, then release and keep rolling. When it's rolled all the way, give it a firm squeeze along the length. Try to be as even as possible. Then voila, sushi roll. I find it easiest to cut the rolls after they've been rested for a couple of minutes. So just keep making rolls until you used up your ingredients. Now for the tricky part, cutting the sushi into maki pieces. The best thing to use is a very sharp knife that has been moistened a little. My knives aren't the sharpest, so the best one for me is this small serrated knife. Whichever knife you use, hold the sushi firmly while cutting. Don't press down too much, just use a back and forth motion and let the knife do the work for you. I'm cutting them not too thinly as well. Bigger pieces hold together, but they should be small enough for you to eat in one bite. And that's it. Serve with soy sauce and wasabi if you like, and eat! Vegan sushi is so easy to make and it can be so healthy as well. Please check out the links in the description for more filling suggestions. Be creative and use what you have on hand. As always, thanks so much for watching this video. To find out what I'm working on during the week, please follow me on Instagram or Twitter. I'd love to connect with you there. Bye for now.